comes in.
I feel it.
Them carnations and all that.
Yeah, they were, next. They were,
You are very, very welcome to this Stonewater Retirement Safari cooking session. Have you come across the safari cooking sessions before? No? You watched it on the screen? Yes, you have joined from Copley House, haven't you, before? Yes, yes. So you finally get to meet us in person, and we get to meet you in person. In fact, you get two for the price of one today, because Sabina and myself are here. I'll introduce myself. My name's Lorraine Hurst. I work with Sabina in the Community Health Works, which is a social enterprise, and we have a work that we do through Stonewater that is about cooking and well-being and physical well-being. And that's why we're here today. We're going to do some cooking and talk about food, and hopefully you'll get to taste it as well. So
yeah, you didn't mention we are both nutritional therapists, so that's where we try to encourage people and inspire people to keep cooking, even if it's only for one person. So that's very important to look after ourselves well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good point. And food intolerances. Does anybody have any allergies to anything or any intolerances? No, that's okay. You don't like cheese. It's all right. We've got parmesan today, but maybe you could have a portion without the parmesan or the other cheese.
Yeah.
So we'll get you some no cheese. There's always somebody that wants something different. It's usually me or it's usually Sabina. Yes. So don't worry. You're among friends of people who don't eat this, don't eat that, want this, want that, because we're nutritionists and we're always fussy.
We're very flexible as well.
Yes, we're flexible as well. So what we're cooking today is a risotto. The recipe says microwave risotto, so you can cook it that way. We're going to cook two different risottos between us, and hopefully that's not too confusing, but basically it's following the same principle. It's a rice dish, and you can put anything in it, because today the theme is leftovers. So it's kind of a case of looking in your fridge, looking in your larder, looking, wherever you keep your vegetables and your fresh food, and going, what have I got left over? What can I make with today? Has anyone made a risotto before? No?
Yeah, I was always intimidated.
I don't even cook as such. I don't even cook as such, I have an oven and I use Wiltshire Farm foods.
Yes.
We've been on my own, that does me, and eat out as well.
Yes.
But
eating out is costly nowadays.
Yeah.
I've never
you can afford it.
It's always just
yeah. So great. You're going to be trying something new today, and hopefully and we'll talk about the nutritional aspects of the food as we go through. And if you want to get involved, we encourage you to get involved and just do some chopping and grating and things with us, because it's all about just having fun, really, and getting involved. And we'll talk about what we're doing as we go along. Is there anything else we need to say by way of introduction?
Well, especially with leftover food, you can become very creative. That's what I experienced, after my husband died. I had to cook only for myself, and I was at first very intimidated by risotto, but then I made it, and it's actually so easy. It doesn't have to be, like creamy, or you don't have to be super careful that it gets mushy. If it gets mushy, it's still nice, right? It's still edible, and it tastes nice, depending on what you put in there. So don't be intimidated by the word risotto and by all these chefs who say, oh, you have to be like this and that. No.
Has anyone ever tried paella? Because that's a similar dish with
I love paella.
Yes.
In Spain.
In Spain, yeah. So
not proper paella in a proper restaurant.
Yes, fantastic. So this risotto is basically the Italian equivalent of Spanish paella.
And actually, risotto is actually a leftover food. The Italians invented it to do something with their leftover vegetables. That's how risotto came all about. Or stew. Stew is another way of using leftovers, Yeah. And every country has their own way of using leftovers.
Yeah. And the Italians don't waste anything, do they? And I'm guessing of your generation, and including mine, the way I grew up with my grandparents and parents, they didn't waste anything either. But now we sort of got into a habit of throwing food out, haven't we? But with the cost of living, we're tending to think, oh, how could we use that? And then it's not going to landfill, or it might go to feed some animals, but you know, just so that we're actually using up what we've got, making the most of it from our budget point of view and reducing waste, as well as helping ourselves to be healthier, because eating fruit and vegetables is healthy.
Can I just mention, so they tend to go limp, right? You ever seen a limp celery, limp carrot? Yeah, you just put them in a bowl of water and they are revived. Just half an hour and you will see that this has got its freshness back and this is no longer limp. This is not a limp carrot, but
yeah,
so
it's incredible. I've just started doing it. It's crazy. I didn't know this.
So
you know
don't
that?
check any vegetables that are still, you know, have
just
the original
dehydrated.
color haven't gone brown or, you know, moldy or whatever. So they need to. This is already a bit on the verge. So if you put this in water, it may all turn brown. But things like that, you know, if they are just limp, put them in a bowl of water and revive them. You will be amazed.
Absolutely. And I'm using a bit of a shortcut here for a risotto, because you normally use arborio rice, which is this Italian rice for risotto, or paella rice, which you can use. There's another type as well, isn't there? Those are the ones. They're sort of sticky rice. But just to show you, because it might be more convenient for you if you're cooking for one, or you know, haven't got a lot of time to cook, or don't want to spend a lot of time cooking or using a hob, is I've got these you can get these in Aldi. These are the ready cooked rices, 79p for one, at least 2 portions in there, depending on how much you eat.
Especially with vegetables.
Yes,
yeah,
4 portions maybe, yeah, but it's cooked already. So you really don't have to do much with it. So, sorry, I'm interrupting you, Sabine. And I'm just going to make sure, getting nervous about my cooker because it's making noises at me, but we'll sort that out. So we're going to start chopping things. If you want to start chopping that onion finely, that half an onion you've got there, somebody wants to just have a go at chopping it finely, feels comfortable doing it, no obligation to get involved with it if you don't want to. Then if we chop that finely, we'll fry all that off, and then we'll start frying our vegetables. You would at that point normally put your rice in that needs cooking from scratch into the bowl.
I'm going to make
You're going to do that. You do yours. We'll get started.
Yeah.
So
I'll
I
get
just
the heat off.
mentioned that instead of a red onion, you can also use a leek or white onion or shallots. So if you have any shallots,
You want to put your muck in there.
That's what it is. Anything else we want to spice?
What about Sharon?
We haven't been in here to do it.
No.
Yes.
maybe we need to put some oil in.
No. Who wants some of this on?
No,
What can we put it up besides the onion?
So you can be chopping the celery very finely, or grating the carrot or the courgette. You've got a grater on your table, and if you want to put the finished vegetables in here, then let me rinse that.
Right, so we
Give
can
you
put
a-
these up. Yeah. You want this skim slicing?
And that's for your green ones for your waste. And I'm going to use onion. I knew you'd be a lively bunch up here in Yorkshire. Lively bunch.
Better get that
Well,
bowl.
this doing this. I'm always glad to that.
You like baking? What do you like baking?
You name it, you'll make it.
Excellent. Well, there's always. Anyone got one of these induction cooks? Because it's actually.
It's all gonna be chopped up fine.
Where's this
Well, I
onion
usually
going?
do it like I cut it here. like this.
Are you okay with what you're doing? We'll come over and help. I'm just trying to make sure this works. It's really it's a new one, and I haven't got used to it yet.
Yeah.
Currently
The onions
beating
in
it
there.
like that.
No.
some reason, it just keeps me.
You want to switch it off?
Just went into this hole here.
And carrot in it as well. Yeah.
You need a fever? Okay. You're ready, but another one, someone.
Yeah.
Or is it working?
Not yet. No.
Here,
This
I've
is
dealt
something
with
called
me.
here. And it's actually
Yeah.
working. Bear with us on the
It's a nice shot.
video.
Yeah,
So this is crazy.
Yeah, it's just trying to with one thing at the moment.
But I don't think.
yeah, that's good. That's great.
Yeah. You want to put grated into there. Oh, the camera.
Yeah.
And what about, do you want it big enough? No. You just want it slicing.
Yeah, we need small bits. Right. Okay.
Right. You need a bit of oil in your Sabine.
Like getting a Mediterranean diet.
Yeah,
It is very healthy a Mediterranean diet. So
Oh, do you want it?
you're doing amazing chopping. So really tiny pieces with the celery. So you want to be going into little cubes. You're doing amazingly.
Yes.
And then
brilliant
if you
job.
can, little teeny cubes. Does anybody want any hand sanitizer?
Just want
We're
chopping
already
it.
chopping and cooking.
If you want it like
Well, updating carrots. Yeah. I know. Well,
It's nice to meet some people who were actually following us online before as well.
you need something to do, what's you know? How you think?
So instead of olive oil, I'm using coconut oil to find. And then the oil, and especially good for frying.
that lady for shopping is only just gone in. Oh, sure. All right, okay. Right, all right, so you know. Come on, Brian.
All
And I
right.
usually measure this like.
Get all in for everything.
I think this is for 2 people actually.
When you don't say, when you're
Three.
Yeah.
You can either leave it off or the five.
Luckily it's coconut oil, so you can take that high temperature. Yeah. Let's just take it off for a while.
that goes in there, in fact, it's really cool. So, I don't know.
I'll put mine in there. Get, courgette and,
So we must actually. Don't kind of this one in.
I've never done that before. And it's very close to where we're cooking.
we had a couple, probably if we had a couple.
So that puts in the right. Anybody got any onion? News? Any of that onion? Can I grab that?
Yeah.
And
I should have put my leek in first.
Any onion or celery? I'll take at the moment.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you're going to put some of these in yours, Sabine? Yeah. Can I grab a little bit of onion?
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Stir it well.
All right.
Mostly got the onion there.
I'm going to put some
There we are.
garlic.
We'll all end up on the
No.
same place.
Explain afterwards.
Yeah, I asked this question politely, what would you like us to do with this?
With that, could you grate it, please?
Grate it.
Could it take the celery?
You can.
And if you've got any more celery to go in here?
We've left skin on, George, out.
We've left the skin on our.
George, right?
Don't matter. All right.
So there's now quite a lot of veg in there. I think in this one I probably only need a bit of carrot and a bit of courgette, a bit of carrot. You're doing all the work over there. You're just walking. Right, thank you. So, does anybody have any questions about what we're doing? We're just frying off our veg with a bit of oil. We're using different oils here. I'm showing you some different types of cooking. But it's the same thing. You've already put the rice in, haven't you, Sabina?
Yeah, I put it into early.
So look, I've got lots and lots of veg here. Why do we need a lot of veg in our diets, I wonder?
Roughage and
Roughage, fibre, absolutely. And have anybody got any idea how many grams of fibre is healthy for an adult? Bear in mind we're all a bit different. It's about 32 grams of fibre a day. And actually we're getting usually about 10 to 15 in our diets. So you're absolutely right, you know. And we talk about eating a rainbow, don't we? You know,
Definitely a rainbow.
all the other colours.
all the colours.
You
And
want
now,
some? Do you want some extra colour?
extra colour, a bit of extra colour in there, shall we? You're going to put some of this in your
I
eyes?
think they haven't got anything to do.
No, we can give you some pepper.
Yeah. Would you like some chocolate pepper?
Go on, then.
Put some pepper. Well, you've got
Go
some
on,
there.
get it.
Lovely.
Please.
Can you put that in there?
This one,
Yeah.
I think,
That's
flour.
all, yeah.
Perfect. Neat your courgette cooking.
Oh, yes. Well, I've had a good
Go, you'll
drink.
get out of here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you
No,
sure? Ah.
no.
I don't like
Do you
grating.
want the rest of this? Yeah?
Yeah, I could put it in the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chop it.
Delegation. You want some carrot in yours?
Yeah.
Now?
Have a chop with one.
We're not getting the same thing.
Yeah, but they're all right. You can eat them. Not really on purpose. It's raw. I'm not the other thing. So therefore,
We've got to have more than four.
more roughage. More roughage. Oh, well, it's got to say that Julie's asked me to be careful with any spillages and things. We'll obviously clean up, don't worry. But she's asking because you've just had it decorated, didn't you? That was.
What's he trying to say? I was going to chuck it on fire. Bit of background work.
She was asking us if we were going to make the place messy. So,
I'm going to add some asparagus. Like that.
Why, now you talk.
keep yours maybe. And yours for a taste.
Extra
Yeah, I think this has got enough alcohol to be in it. Okay.
So
So I think ours, mine here, on this table one, I've got some peppers, got quite a lot of veg in now. That will work. Anybody got any questions? Are you busy shopping? You do this very often? Do you come here often?
Right, so that way I'm
They're usually fairly healthy, but they're delicious, like yogurt, fruit, things like that. And I
Smells
make
delicious, doesn't it?
brownie.
When he,
Beetroot brownie.
when he clocks off.
There's a tea towel, some kitchen roll. Beetroot brownie.
Kitchen roll, yeah.
Nice.
All of it.
We use less sugar. Less sugar than you would probably normally do. Or no sugar. You want to stop? What stock are you going to? I'm going to go and get the stock to this.
Yeah.
We put down the field and let's see the. Right.
Is it the same family?
Oh, yeah.
Some grated
Just
carrots,
good morning.
put on asparagus.
And just some more. And just some more to do.
Coconut.
Some golden
Coconut.
pudding.
Yeah.
So, you've tried that before.
Now we need to make it a bit more flavoursome because the water can be very bland.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Yeah.
I brought some fresh herbs.
Right.
If you would like to cut them up.
I get all best jobs.
You do, you do.
And you've got some corn.
And I've got some sweet corn. I just think it's got enough in it.
Yeah,
I think so. I brought in a sweet
No,
corn
they
just to show you something like that in it. Peas or
Yeah.
anything really.
You can also make risotto with braised vegetables.
Turmeric's very
Show in
good
the
for you.
camera.
You want
Turmeric?
Turmeric, very good.
Okay.
Yes,
Very good.
turmeric and yes.
Would you like some as well?
So we'll just leave it in yours and then
Yeah.
you can go with
Yeah.
the different flavours then, can't they? So I'm putting a bit of stock in this one. So it's like a
Turmeric's
stock
very good for you.
cube. And I'm using a bit of water. And again, that's the hard flavour really, isn't it? And a bit of liquid. At the moment I'm going to put the rice in first. Just so it gets coated with all these flavours. And then you said you're joking over there saying, do we get any pudding? Do we get any pudding?
Some chocolate that you get the. Okay.
Yes.
So now we need to add some stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I just put in a mixture of fresh herbs from my garden, my friend's garden. So basil, a bit of coriander, and I think some oregano.
Yeah.
But you can use any fresh herbs.
And look how different they look, these two.
Yeah,
Mainly because of the carrot.
Yeah.
They look quite different, but
Yeah.
they're actually the same dish.
You can make a different risotto every single day, which is why we
Now this is normally 2 minutes in the microwave. I'm putting it into the pan with this dish. And the other thing that's quite nice with these dishes, is anyone allergic to nuts? We talked about nuts before. To put cashew nuts in or something like that into your dish. It's more of a stir fry then, but I like this nutty. I like nuts in a dish like this.
Yeah. Or you can also use nutritional yeast, which is also like has a cheap flavor. It comes in a
Especially if you don't like cheese.
nutritional yeast comes in a pot which is a bit bigger than this, and it says nutritional yeast, and it's also rich in B12. It's where usually the
Because there's a few of us. There's so many of us. And Sabine and I won't be getting any lunch, you see, so we need some food as well.
You look like better starving people.
We do.
So I need to put.
I know
some
I'm in
stock.
Yorkshire when I hear that.
So I need to make my stock.
Right, stop.
So I'm using this bouillon. We always have to be careful with bouillon because sometimes, like this one, I wasn't careful, and there's sugar in it, and it says maltodextrin, which is a sugar. So there's also bouillon without sugar, right? And I don't think there's any price difference. So just be careful when you buy bouillon powder. It doesn't say maltodextrin or sugar.
I've never heard of that. What is it?
Maltodextrin is a kind of sugar. And
No, the actual.
this is a bouillon powder. It's like stock,
Oh, right, yeah.
but it's just powder.
I
So
see.
you make it the same way as this. You just like add a tablespoon to hot water and then add it to the
I see.
risotto.
Yeah.
This one actually has to now, once I put the water in, has to cook for about 20 minutes or simmer.
Right.
So you bring it to the boil and then you simmer it for 20 minutes, and
I
then you
see.
just like taste whether the grain is soft enough for you to eat,
Yeah.
and then it's ready. And the liquid should have
Although you need to-
soaked up by the
I
rice.
never put it on there, but
in the 20 minutes.
it's
That
Take-
It's nearly done.
I love it.
So
It's not the exact science, but it's also.
you see, that's going to take a bit longer. So if you want to try this one first,
Like you got
Yeah.
certain things.
Do you want half of it?
Otherwise.
I never drink again, we saw.
Again, for different flavor.
Yeah.
Well, I put it,
So
I put it in the bag.
it's like
Not really.
business. Master chef between it's cooking good master chef between Sabine and Lorraine. Like we just wanted to show you we wanted to show you alternatives. So that's nearly there. So I put the stock in, and I've used a garlic oil. And normally you would use some butter. Maybe you can use it at the beginning, but you can use it at the end of the cooking as well. It's a bit of butter again. That gives it a nice flavour. This is salted butter. Is everybody okay with a bit of salt? Everyone okay with a bit of salt?
definitely, yeah.
All right. I mean, when you cook your own food and you're only putting a bit of salt in it, it's much better than, you know, your packets of crisps or your processed food where there is a lot of salt in, and we do have to watch salt, don't we? I'm going to put a little bit of butter in there, get that to heat through, and then I'm going to grate some parmesan after we've got some out for our lovely gentleman here.
I think this is about 500 ml as I'm going to add to the risotto. Remember, I used a small mug, so a cup. This is now. So you need to bring it to the boil now.
Right, so we need to perhaps tidy our tables a little bit so that then we can eat, basically, in a minute. Has anyone got any questions? Anybody want to break the parmesan for me?
Great. I'm just gonna go then.
I'll wash it for you. Can we use that grater? Let me just see if we've got a good.
Parmigiano.
No. It's very sharp, that one. I think the one you had was better.
Yeah, so I'm bringing this to the boil now, and now it's a job of
Oh, yeah.
simmering it, putting the heat down again, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes.
So if we have a little.
What happens?
Yeah, Sabina's got a recipe here for this one, if you want to take the recipe away.
The recipe is just a framework, you know, it's just giving you ideas of what to put in the risotto.
You could put in a lot of things in,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
Just pop out
One of them balls.
You can use fresh cinnamon, you don't have to, you can use garlic.
A few years ago, I adopted the Mediterranean diet, which is not strictly speaking to lose weight to look after your arm.
I'll get you.
Although,
You've
but
got
at the time, I was
Perfect, thank you.
Certain things you got to be careful. It's just in the culture. It's all about it sounds if you're not.
It's stickier. It's going to be risotto, it's going to be stickier, but it'll take longer to cook that sort of thing. You know, it's quite sweet.
Yeah.
Electricity, isn't it?
You've only got one.
And here you get that all included.
Oh, yeah, take it, you'll get it.
So I can put salt in this, can I, for everybody? So okay, salt. Yeah.
Over the years, you've
Little bit of salt. Everybody okay with pepper?
That's from being a
Yeah.
kid.
Allergies to pepper?
But when we were growing up during the war, after the war, as parents had to make them. And but
They
the
do
trouble
amend.
was in those days, there was nothing much like this. There were vegetables. It was mainly the frying pan.
Yeah.
I'll put
Some
pepper in
vegetables
there.
like that.
And we've nearly got our risotto. All we're
Most
going
of
to
your
do
school
is
meat, most of your school
we're going
meat.
to,
Dodge basic, weren't they?
we've melted this butter in.
I mean, that's
We're going
right,
to,
potatoes in the sense,
Yes.
isn't it?
yes.
But it's just that, yeah.
Yeah. It's
This is
a
healthy
interesting
eating.
thing, and you can make a push
Yeah,
it
but-
risotto every single day when you come to the recipe. It's just having the rice in or whatever you want to make. Like, you know, I will send back. So I have to portion pie.
Thank you. And it,
What do they call it? You pulse, don't they? Like-
yes, exactly. I love lentils.
and we-
Lovely stuff.
and we've got a healthy eating plate here.
Ah,
You want to explain it? Do you want to explain
yeah,
it?
yeah.
And it just gives you an idea of how to portion your.
Plate be full of the vegetables, then a little bit with root vegetables and grains, whole grains. So they can be quinoa, can be buckwheat, can be pale barley, you know, all sorts of grains. Rice, of course, all the different rices, and then we need some protein. And we also need healthy
I'm gonna
oils.
set the fire
I might be
alarm.
wrong there.
But that's about this. So I'm gonna do one portion without that.
In that, you get your vegetables. You've got these two, three vegetables.
Might need a few.
So they are
One, two.
But we don't seem to use,
Six, seven. That's
herbs
six. You
and
need
spices.
one more. Thank you so
Do
much.
it. If you don't
Okay,
do
one
it,
portion
you have
ready
a salt
for
pork better.
Yeah.
somebody who doesn't want.
It makes every person very large. I didn't dare to use that.
It's she's with and then it was like
Recipe the first.
It's a red pickle risotto, but to get the
Well,
protein.
look, you might have questions. Really not that big of a yeah.
Okay, probably. The kind of food you can eat just with a fork. So now I'm going to
You really want
through
to
this,
burn one, the spending.
and this one is ready.
Beautiful week where they,
Thank you so much. Great, great, great.
So, with the, to make the alley all.
Where's your accent from?
Really lovely.
Because it-
I love garlic myself.
Is that Barnes?
You have to do it from scratch.
No.
But yeah, when we went by other, it took me to where it's not like you buy out in the street, you know.
Sounds like
I know
my
what nail,
area.
nail and all. I'm from this, I love them.
Great. So now we've got the parmesan through
We
that.
can't take like eat a lot. Which is.
Yes, very good.
So, you know what's ready to eat?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love smoked mackerel with the stir fry. Or you can even put smoked mackerel in every taco. Yeah, you
Well, you
can
can do anything to be told.
So yours is ready. Can you see if it's hot or not? Otherwise, I might pop yours in the microwave. You want to just check that it's warm?
Yeah.
Just that warm.
What wine would you like? Red or a bit of white?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we did run one cooking class in Toaster, where I live, and the two guys that come along to it were older gentlemen. They started bringing wine. Once they got used to us, bottle of red wine, lunchtime, but I can't drink, I'm driving.
Yeah.
So funny.
Shall I repeat what I said? So,
Yeah.
this is the Eat Well plate, but the
Yeah.
up-to-date one, not the NHS one. And half the plate should be full of vegetables, as varied as possible. So we always say eat a rainbow. Then you get a lot of different colored vegetables in. Then you have like quarter of your plate should be like something like root vegetables or whole grain, which can be not just rice, can be quinoa, barley, and then protein should be the other.
This is like that that you've got on the fridge, isn't it?
Protein could also be lentils.
Absolutely brilliant, Sabine. You know,
So my risotto is still simmering away.
this one's ready.
Yeah,
So
let's start with
just,
this. Yeah.
Would you like to try this stuff? Right, I'm gonna. No, just to show it to the camera and then turn the recording off so that we can say what we like.
Right, and you want some
Anything,
water?
Please, yeah.
Oh, it's just, this is
No,
good.
just, yeah, give me one, drop the water.
The other thing show that to the camera. There we go, with a fork on it. There we are. Looks lovely. Thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.